Welcome to today's design streaming session. I'm your host, Ferma Henry. I'll be your usual suspect. We might be having some other hosts at some other, days. I thought this was going to be a weekend type of thing, but I was super excited about reviewing this specific plugin, and I thought, maybe let's see how much the frequency is gonna go. So thank you for joining me if you are joining me live currently. If you are joining me live right now, please leave a comment in the chat section. I am trying to monitor everything as I do this. At the same time, the stream is looking okay, everything is looking fine. So cool, let's get to today's session. I want to speak about Blush. Blush is something that I've been looking at ever since I think sometime earlier on this year, I think around April or so. And it's really exciting for me because I've always been wanting to get illustrations for, all sorts of things. And I'm not an illustrator myself, I'm a product designer, and finding illustrations has been a nightmare, whether they are paid for or they are, they're for free. Customizing them is a nightmare. So the thing that really excites me about Blush is the fact that it puts illustrations right there in Figma while you're working, and you can simply just generate illustrations by simply just clicking a style that you want. I'll show you a demo about that. That is what the design streaming session is about today. But before we get into the actual product itself and show you how it works, I want to speak about the person behind this, which is somebody that I've also been following for some time, which is Pablo Stanley. This dude is somebody who has a lot of contribution within the design community. I've been following his Sketch Together tutorial YouTube channel, and it's been very informative and useful for most of the things that I do. So Pablo Stanley is the co-founder of Blush, and he's sort of like worked with some other very cool brands, and he does a ton of tutorials around design tools, whether it's Figma, whether it's Framer, and other cool design tools. So this is his website here. His name is Pablo Stanley. If you want to check him out, you can go ahead and do that. But just looking at some of the stuff that he does and the work that he does, he's mainly an illustrator, and he works within the UX design space as well. But I think his deepest passion is actually in illustration, and he does some really quirky, cool illustration work, as you can see here. But he also does, he's a very good character. He's like, a super chilled human being. I absolutely love his personality, and I hope that we can have him on a podcast one of these days, and sort of like talk together and just figure out where does he get all these concepts, and what are some of the things that are in the pipeline that we should expect from him. But the biggest thing that I actually love about most of this work is that it's quirkiness, and sometimes it's not 100% useful. Like this Butts website, it's a project that I really enjoyed, where you have all these weird classes of butts, right? Like the sweaty butt, the business butt, asynchronous butt. All right. I have my favorite butt here. Let's see which butt I like the most. That sounds a bit weird off, but the Samba butt looks really good. I really like the Samba butt. Ooh, there's a UX butt. That's a new one. The last time that I was on this website, I didn't see the UX butt. This is Pubs. This is his avatar, Pablo, Pubs butt, hairy butt, underwater butt. Why is the bubble there? Anyway, this design streaming session is not about butts or Pablo's butt website, but we really want to look at this great Figma plugin called Blush. I think it's something that I have found really useful. As you have seen, some of the screen covers that we have here on YouTube have illustrations. Those have been generated from Blush itself, and I'm totally going to abuse this software over the next couple of weeks as we launch our Do Better UX website. I've always been looking for an illustration package, but I haven't been able to find something that I can easily customize and work with around as much flexible as I can do in Blush. So enough blubbering around, Blush. I think those are the main things that I'm so excited about. The thing that I would really love to request from the Blush team is a little bit more styles of sort of like the character sets that you have here. I understand that that might be something that might be already in the pipeline, and you might be already looking into it and looking into developing these sets even more. But what is there currently is very usable. I think if you want to produce a lot of work in a small amount of time, you can definitely use these in the form factor that they are in currently. But I really hope that there will be a little bit more styles. So having said that, this is definitely not Pablo's one-man show, and you can see that he has identified the artists who have actually designed and worked on these packages, which is something that I think is super cool to actually credit the people that do this. And I hope that he opens this up to the Illustrator community so that other people can contribute to this amazing product and maybe get paid for it as well. It could become a platform where illustrators can have a basic package that they can customize and create the illustrations and contribute into this library of illustrations and actually get paid for the illustrations. So that is a very cool part around just the business and how they are approaching this together. But here's a full library set of how the things look like. So let's see if I can just scroll down. I am going to jump into Figma. I just want to see how they have presented it on the website. I think this is basically how it looks like. You are able to change skin tone. I'll show you some really funny stuff that's happening and when we get into Figma when you randomizing this. Maybe it will even happen here. Let's see if I just randomize. Are we gonna get a pregnant kid? Okay, maybe not. Anyway, let me not keep on beating about the bush. Maybe another thing that we might want to be really interested in before I actually jump into the plugin itself. I think it's also fairly reasonably priced. So if you're looking at the pricing plans that are there, you can actually use it for free to some level with medium resolution PNGs. Now, depending on where you want to use these PNGs, I'm guessing if you are doing social media posts, this could totally work fine for you. And if you're doing something else, like what can I say, something that really needs a smaller format, smaller picture level, you could totally use this for that on a free level. And also the awesome plan, as they put it, is quite reasonable as well. I think at $12 per month, or at $15 if you're paying monthly, is still reasonable even for people who are buying this at the exchange rate to the dollar, and trying to compensate for that. Like right now in South Africa, the rand to the dollar is some ridiculous amount, like 1 to 15 or something like that. Let's see. USD to ZAR. Oh, 1645. So if we have 15 bucks, you're looking at about 246 bucks, 250 rand, which is not, I think, per month is not a bad, price at all. So it's very reasonable. I think with a better, more extensive library, this product could be better. But so far, I'm really digging what is coming out of it. So let's jump into Figma here. I've got a blank Figma file. I'm just gonna add a new frame. Maybe let's go with the iMac. Ooh, yeah. All right, cool. So this is the plugin right now. I already have it open and running under here, my plugins. As you can see, you still have the artist. You can go through and see the actual artist and what they've contributed right in the plugin itself, or you can just go through and use the illustrations. So you can go right ahead and create a space here where you want to add your item, and let's just start with a random one, see what happens. Cool. So it just randomized escape there. So bear in mind, when you are randomizing this, I have the paid version, so you can get the different sizes. But here you've got, you can select which file you want and the size you want it. I usually use SVG so that I can edit and manipulate the generated image if it's not quite where I want it to be. But let's just do a little bit more, just random generations here to see some of the illustrations that you can get within this plugin. So if you're a product designer or web designer or somebody who always needs plugins, or needs some sort of artwork for the work that you're doing, I think this is a very fast way to be able to do that. Let me go into different collections now, do random generations, and maybe we'll see some of those funny things that I was talking about. So if you go into a collection like this, you get sort of like different formats of style or layouts that you can apply. So if you look here, we can have this this wireframe one, which will generate a person in this wireframe type of style. If you randomize it, it keeps on giving you, different people with different hairstyles and different clothing styles, but still within this wireframe type of thing. We can select space and again go through the randomization. It mainly randomizes the character, and there's also other very cool things that you can do here, like looking at scenes with 2 or more characters. If you're looking at two or more characters, or if you generally just want to get a scene that looks like it has got more characters, more than just one. I love the diversity that they've brought into this product, and the skin colors that they have, the hairstyles, the the scarf, the Muslim scarf, and the head wraps that they have, which is cool. Sometimes it has guys wearing skirts like this, which is cool, or guys pregnant like this, which is some of those funny elements that I was talking about, really. So it does have this weird randomization that just happens, and you might end up having a pregnant gentleman like that. And yeah, it's interesting how it works, and just randomizes like these things. I'm guessing it's just picking different sets of hairstyle, and clothing and that sort of thing. So if I wanted to modify one of these characters, I can simply go in. Okay, I'm lost now. I think I go in here and let me just do two characters, right? And I can go in. I wish there was a way to rename them in here, or at least say character 1 or character 2, unlike defining them by their poses. So I can manipulate that lady there to be standing, or okay, so it totally changes the character, which is something that I think is still a bit buggy. And I can go in and manipulate how that person looks like. The other thing that I found that happens in these instances is that even when you are, so let's just take that out and create a new space here, and let's generate a scene with 3 characters, right? Actually, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do an SVG so that I can manipulate some of the colors. What I picked up is that when you are editing within an SVG and you change a component of a character, let's say the hair or something, you lose most of the edits that you would have had. So let me see if I can recreate that issue. I think it's an issue or a bug in my perspective. So let's just change, let's say this characters. So again, it's very weird when you do this. Okay, so now it generated another character totally. Alright, so let's go into standing. Let's put this guy on a chair. Okay. We wanna maybe, let's say, change this lady's this orange on the head wrap, right? Let's make it a nice pink. And let me see if what I'm talking about actually happens. So we want to pick one character that's not the standing lady. Let's pick this gentleman here and change his hair. Okay, so as you can see, the head wrap lost its changes. So if you went in here and changed a couple of things and just went in and customized the illustration here, and you go in and change one component that that is generated from here, you lose all those changes. Other than some of the buggy things that are happening when you are trying to manipulate the SVG version of this. I don't know if this is how this tool was intended to work in the first place, but it'll be cool to be able to use it and still maintain you know, the changes that you have made. I did this a couple of days ago, and I was manipulating an image, and I had done so many changes on it, and I was like, oh, let me, you know, change this guy's hairstyle to something different, and everything just, I totally just lost everything that I had there. I think another thing is, you know, just the ability of see, there you go, it happens again. Let's see if I remove a component of the original image like that. What happens when I change this gentleman's head? You see, so it looks like it's resetting the sort of like the scene component, and not just that one thing that you are trying to manipulate. So this could be something that would be cool to see in the iterations coming to the public release of this thing, for people who are actually paying for this. But other than that, I think if you're just, you know, trying to design a web page and you are looking for very quick illustrations to work with, this is the tool that you want to have. So it'll be good to see a very bigger, wider library. It'll be cool to see some of this little bugs, you know, when manipulating this scenes updated. And yeah, I think overall I'm really excited about this tool. Overall, I'm really excited about being able to pay for a pack that you can easily manipulate and play around with, and be able to have high quality illustrations on the fly that you can simply go into and work with, without having to sort of like fiddle around with too much design work. I mean, if you want this specific scene of, you know, this table in the back with some graphs, and you just want different characters, you could simply just, you know, keep on randomizing it until you get to a space that you want. You can change the people's hair, you can change the poses, you can change what they're sitting on. You know, it's super cool. You can even add accessories and some facial hair to anything, and which is something that is really cool, and a easy, sweet way to manipulate the elements that you are using here. And I think there are some really relevant styles that you can use here for, you know, product websites, and depending on what you are working on, I think there is a flavor for, you know, a good amount of different scenarios, whether you're working on a lifestyle product, whether you're working on something that's a little bit more corporate, whether you're working on you know, on a SaaS product or whatever it is. I think there is a little bit of everything for everyone here. Other than the main characters, you also have, you know, your backgrounds that you could use as styles. And yeah, I think I think there's a lot. This is a very good foundation. There's a lot of good things going on here, and I'm super excited about the next iterations of this product. And I'd like to see, more and more people use it, and see how people would customize these illustrations to make it look and feel like, it's their own, and really work with. I like to see most of this stuff in actual real products that are coming out there, that people are actually working on and are taken out to the public interface, and not just passion UX design projects that people are working on in the background. I'd actually like to see this on real products. So having said that, I think that is about it from me on today's session. If you would like to, if you like me to review any products that you might be interested in, any UX design plugins or tools, please feel free to let us know in the Do Better UX group that we have on LinkedIn. Yeah, I think it's my time to go now. Baby's crying, daddy duties are calling. It has been a great one. I was really excited to speak about this one, and I hope that you enjoyed this session. I wanted to do this every weekend, but I'm not sure anymore. I think there's just so many things to talk about, and I'm trying to optimize this setup so that it's easy enough for me to just get online and start streaming and just get on with it. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed today's session of the Blast review on Do Better UX design streaming sessions. Please make sure to look out for our website. We are launching soon. We are really in the beta environment of our website, and we're really that close to launching. You can expect it to be a home for all of the things that we're doing, like this design streaming sessions, like the Not a UX Designer podcast, and other webinars, and other design boot camps and web classes that we are preparing for people. So there'll be a good mix of things that you can engage with once we are open. Please let me know if you want to join the community. Drop by on LinkedIn and join the conversation. So until next time, I'll see you guys. Look out for the next session. Subscribe to the channel so that you get an update when one of these are happening, or when any of the other YouTube events are happening. Some of them might not be YouTube events, but they might be actually broadcasted here on YouTube, while we might be working in Zoom or in some other tool in the background. So until next time, I'm saying that for like the 16th time now. I'll catch you guys later.